and I am glad to announce that we have between us Dr. S.N. Singh, Associate Professor and Head, Department of Humanities and Social Sciences, Madan Mohan Malviya, Technical University, Gorakhpur, as our speaker today. I would request Janvi Singh to welcome Sir and everybody concerned in this concluding session of our value-added course on communication skills and personality development. Janvi, please.
Good morning. My name is Janvi Singh, and I'm truly honored to have the privilege of welcoming you all to today's special session. I'm particularly thrilled to extend a heartfelt welcome to our esteemed guest, Dr. S.N. Singh, Associate Professor and Head, Department of Humanities and Social Sciences, M Technical University, Gorakhpur. I would also like to extend a warm welcome and express my sincere gratitude to our respected head of department, Professor Ajay Kumar Shukla sir, who has provided me with such a wonderful opportunity to welcome you all today on behalf of the department. As he spearheads this crucial initiative, with his expertise, we embark on a transformative journey in enhancing communication skills. His guidance and leadership ensures our success in this invaluable program. I would also like to welcome our honored faculty members. Your guidance and dedication have been the guiding force for all of us. And at last but not the least, I would like to welcome all the participants present here for today's session. Today's topic of our session is communication skills and personality development. Before I invite our guest to deliver a lecture on this topic, I would like to throw some light on the academic journey of Dr. S.N. Singh. He has completed his PhD from Department of English, BHU, Varanasi. His area of interest are ELT and SLT, communication skills and soft skills, American literature, feminist studies, and Indian classics and translation. Sir has also been awarded a global professional membership by the Embassy of USA. Now, I would like to invite Dr. S.N. Singh to deliver his lecture on the topic Communication Skills and Personality Development.
Thank you. I can see that a lot many members are over there. And first of all, I would like to congratulate HOD there and who has taken the initiative for this value-added session. And under the leadership of Honorable Vice Chancellor, Ma'am DDU, GU. So thanks for providing me this opportunity to be amongst you. I have been informed that it's a kind of heterogeneous group where UG, PG, and PhD scholars of the department are joining us on this session. And this is probably the last session of this, this value-added course. I may please take this opportunity to start my talk on communication skills and personality development. When I was suggested to deliver this talk, at the same time, I was saying that you have chosen a very, very broad area. Can you wish to, narrow down it a bit? But I suggested, I stuck up with the idea. Then I decided that I will stick to the, topic provided me at the beginning. And here, I'm not going to, take the lecture mode sort of thing and only in the traditional method. Rather, I would like to, share certain ideas that how we can add value in our personality via, enhancing our communication skills. When we look at the, when we kindly, when we look at the definition, am I audible? Please confirm.
Yes, sir, you
Hello.
are audible.
When I look at the communication and then communication as a skill. So communication is to share or exchange ideas, knowledge, information and to from a person to another person, or from person to people. Like this communication, we are sharing information from person to people. There are multiple ways of exchanging ideas and information, where language is the one of the biggest tool for communication, but not the only tool of communication. We can exchange our ideas in non-verbal manner as well, and this exchange can take place in without words, or even in para language. So for that purpose, we will be having the session. And when we talk communication skills, it's an umbrella term, you can say, all involving soft skills as well. And it broadens the horizon of communication. When the term skill is added with it, so communication skill can effectively be translated, in a Urdu phrase that is like andaj-e-bayan. When we talk about communication skills, so its exact translation may be अंदाजे-बयां. Now कहते थे कि गालिब का था अंदाजे-बयां कुछ और. So what is that अंदाजे-बयां? Everybody is having his own style of communication. Everybody is having his own manner of communication. Everybody is having his own way of communication and to share information. But many a time we come to the area that where communication, hampers our personality. Over it creates a kind of hurdle in the professional grooming of our personality. One may be a very knowledgeable person. One may be having, great knowledge, but he may be criticized that he is not having the ability to transform that knowledge to the and uh, transcend it to the listeners. So that kind of challenge will always be there. I have studied one novel I would love to quote, Na Hanyate. It is that title of the novel borrowed from the Bhagavad Gita, that Na Hanyate Atma Na Hanyate Hanyamane Sharireva, means soul cannot be killed and the body can be only destroyed. So it is the soul that is immortal. But in that book, there was a line, and I am sharing with a lot of apology from the listeners, because they may be angry to once listening this phrase or this quotation in Hindi. Many of you may be angry or you do not agree with me, but for part of communication, I would like to say, and I definitely know whether you carry anything concrete from um, this lecture, this sentence will always be hitting your mind in terms of communication. So allow me, the seniors over there, to share it with all the participants. There is a quotation that धन्य है स्वामी राम कृष्ण परमहंस, जिन्होंने दुनिया को स्वामी विवेकानंद जी जैसा शिष्य दिया. It is the communication ability of Swami Ramakrishna Paramahansa. You can say there is nothing harmful in this sentence, but the second part of the statement is really painful. The line is so, direct or even blunt, that धन्य है स्वामी रामकृष्ण परमहंस, जिन्होंने दुनिया को स्वामी विवेकानंद जी जैसा शिष्य दिया. बट धिक्कार है उस विवेकानंद को जो अपने जैसा एक भी नहीं पैदा कर सके और अपना सारा ज्ञान लेकर इस दुनिया से चले गए. उन्होंने so credit goes to communication ability. For communication ability, the credit goes to Swami Ramakrishna Paramhans as the bigger communicator. No doubt Swami Vivekananda was the excellent communicator. He was the ambassador to Hindu philosophy, Vedanta philosophy to the European world. So that way he communicated many. But he couldn't create the success of the communicator, the success of a teacher who is teaching is lies in his ability to produce a better being than him. अगर एक शिक्षक अपने से बेहतरीन कोई शिष्य देके दुनिया को चला गया तो here lies the success of a teacher and that way or success of a communicator. But that way Swami Ramakrishna Paramhans was the grand success and sublime communicator. But where you can find that Swami Vivekananda could not produce a better, person, better being than himself. That's where lies the, somewhere limitations of his communication ability. So I know this will be hurting the lovers of Swami Vivekananda, but at the same time, all lovers of Swami Vivekananda must salute the teacher, the communicator. Uh, he was, lucky to be with him in the form of Gurudev Swami Ramakrishna Paramhans ji. Then coming to and now you can realize that how communication is becoming a skill. Before moving forward, I would like to talk upon two, three more points. That communication, often an emotion and feeling can be conveyed without the words, without using the words. And like Bhare Bhavan mein karat ho, naina nahi so baat. 10,000 saw I at a glance. Then a lot many, face and eye is the biggest part of communication. So I would like to say that there are six more, communicating points beyond words that is identified till date, like chronemics, that is clockwise timing, then haptics, touch, then paralanguage, then kinesics, proxemics, and then face and eye. So kinesics is the part of body language where we can communicate with our gesture and posture. And posture, gestural communication and postural communication. Not only that, nowadays, media is added. With the advent of ICT, information and communication technology, when this term came in the year 1995 as an umbrella term for all technical, means that is added, that is clubbed together with the communication. Now, with that way, communication becomes more quick. And in 1995, another term also came into existence. That term was Gen G, generation. It is written as Generation Z, but called as Gen G. Gen Z people, those who are born in or after 95, they are known as Generation G people. And Gen Z people, there are multiple features. They are restless. They want a lot many things to be, uh, completed within no time. They don't have patience, and they are so much, passionate that they cannot wait even for the success or achievements in their life. So in the 20 by the dawn of the 21st century, early years, life itself became, or gradually slided into the grip of, you can say, these technological devices, and then communication became a very, very, different and tough thing for that purpose. And then multiple skills are required. When then we started our expression, and with pictograph Earlier, people used to communicate with pictographs, and then communication can be, further subdivided into general and literary communication or professional or technical communication. According to if I want to succeed in one profession, I need to skill up myself, the communication skills required for that. And if I want to skill up myself in another way, I need to skill up my communication in according to the need of the different profession. For example, I would like to say, like, I would like to give here one example. If somebody wants to succeed in agencies like RA or CBI or intelligence agencies, there, you know Gandhian formula of Satya and Ahimsa will not work. Always telling the truth will keep the secrets of company, secrets of your agency in danger. So for that purpose, according to profession, one need to be trained. According to a set of communication is skill is required as per the need of the profession, and that way the personality will be groomed accordingly. If someone is doing some job where financial secrets of the company is kept, then the person is always working on the razor's edge. His communication, he also need to communicate with precautions, multiple precautions. For that purpose, again, what is to be shared, what not to be shared, and nowadays what not to communicate is more important than what to communicate, because social media and other platforms are so much, uh, uh, bringing the masses, bringing the thought into limelight, that there are always a danger that somebody may be trolled, or some may be having, verbal abuse, receiving verbal abuse, if he is not knowing how to communicate on the social media platform. So that way, after 1995, it was the point of time when life started becoming running on the different pace, and whole communication began like that way. Here, I would also like to say that communication is not about only sharing the idea and information. Rather, I also said here, focus on a light little bit that what to share, what not to share, what to communicate, what not to communicate. Many a times we need to be aware about it. Now, earlier, for being a good communicator, good etiquette is an asset. But for being a good communicator on social media, good etiquettes are required, and we need to update ourselves accordingly. Like many a times, if suppose that we are communicating via email, and if somebody is not reading the mail, or simply deleting it, means that it is not the mail that is insulted, rather the person who has sent the mail is being insulted. For example, because mails are letters in the modernized form, and where we cannot go physically, we send our letters, we communicate in writing. So, letters represent our personality in writing. And that way, I would like to recall again Bacon, Francis Bacon, the father of English essays, who said that reading maketh a full man, conference a ready man, whereas writing an exact man. So, writing on social media, we need to take a lot many precautions. We can, and that way, there are many jobs, many career opportunities where people are earning by writing blogs on social media. And that way, sometimes I know a person who is declared by Microsoft the most preferred professional in the world. And that way, because of his blogs, e.g., blocks, utility, and other. I would like to request you allow me to share my screen and let me try it. Am I able to share my screen?
Yes,
Yes,
sir,
sir.
you are.
Here, see, it's a blog on social media written by me. And for blogs, you can also go on designing part, backdrop, and other things. It is about if that blog is visible, can anybody share me the title of the blog if you can see?
Sir, it's non-verbal communications.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. I just wanted that whether all are able to read it or not. So, thanks a lot. Non-verbal communication, when I start talking, is communication without the use of written or spoken words, like body movement, voice pattern, time, touch, etc. Here, my focus is on communication on social media and how can we skill ourselves while writing on social media. So, like body movement, voice pattern, time, touch, etc. The next point says, unlike verbal communication, which is conscious and deliberate, while communicating through words, where we are conscious about what we are going to tell, what we have prepared, and all that. But unlike verbal communication, that is, non-verbal communication is instinctive and spontaneous. In a spur of the moment, spontaneously we communicate. Then there, I would like to share one thing. Uh, Verbally, we whatsoever message we share verbally, it is 35% of our communication is verbal, means words and the way we speak, speech and all that thing. But non-verbal communication carries meaning up to 65%, 55 to 65%, like facial gesture, voice inflection, movement of body parts and clothing, body posture, eye contact, etc. Then there is a quotation by Albert Mahabian. He says, human messages are conveyed, verbal means words only, 7% vocal, 38%. This is another, communication theorist coming out. Vocal, 38%, and non-verbal, 55 to 65%. This signifies the role played by the non-verbal communication. When we talk of non-verbal communication classification, non-verbal communication may chiefly be categorized into four parts. But there are six, I said. Here, main or four, I have not taken the chronemics, that is clockwise. If I have given time somebody like 10 p.m. or 10 a.m. and I am reaching 2 p.m. So 4 hours means the person will draw the meaning that I am not interested in meeting with him. So time also communicate. And then if we are going to talk about, this kinesics. So kinesics have four parts: facial expression and eye. Then here I have deliberately used a picture where face and eye communicating a lot in terms of literary studies or aesthetics. You can draw a lot many meaning without even the word over there by watching this picture only, watching this image only. Then this is facial expression and eye index of our personality. It is said that sometime a face tells, वो कहते हैं कहा जाता है चेहरा किताब होता है. So face says a lot many meaning. Then there comes gesture. When we talk about the gestural part, movement of body parts in communication, so we can realize that gesturally we also communicate. Then uh, after gesture, there there is a posture. Posture and body shape, such as leaning forward, leaning backward, leaning down, nail biting, etc. They also give a lot many signals while communicating. Then there comes the physical appearance, clothing and jewelry. Here is an image. I would like to make the session a bit interactive. What meaning can you draw after going through this image of a physical appearance? I would like to open the session for uh, ideas from the participant if the organizer can allow participant to draw the meaning out of this image that is on the screen. Please, can you unmute the participants to tell their idea that what meaning they can draw after looking at this image?
Sure, sir. Participants, please.
Sir, for
Yes,
me, it's look like that she is attending a wedding and she look very happy.
yes. One meaning you draw, psychological, and one meaning you draw physical. Physical appearance by she is attending wedding, and psychological she is very happy. Another meaning, what other meaning can we draw out of this image? Can we try a bit more? Try to go for deeper analysis? Should I suggest the area for the guess?
Yes, sir.
Try to identify the geography of the, of the area from which the lady might be belonging.
Rajasthan.
Yes. Uh, by only the image is not telling anything, but you can draw non-verbal meaning after watching that image that the image is from Rajasthan. Exactly, this image is from Ajmer. So that way, you may realize that how much things this is. You can say to be general, it is from India, and to be particular from Rajasthan, and even more particular, it may be from Ajmer. Then moving beyond to the second part of nonverbal communication, till now we talked about, kinesics, and four part, facial expression and eye, gesture, movement of the body parts, and then posture and body shapes, then physical appearance, clothing and jewelry. These things are the part of kinesics. Now moving beyond this, uh, proxemics, second part of the communication, non-verbal communication, we are talking about proxemics. So proxemics is what? Proximity means nearness. Proxemics where distance provide us meaning. So when we talk about proxemics, a distance distinguishes and deciphers the meaning. There are four indicators of proxemics, like physical context. If somebody is sitting very close or physically in our connection to 1.5 feet, this is the known as intimate zone, means intimately related person. By distance we will draw the meaning. Intimately related person may be that intimate relationship will be shown if a person is close with us in terms of proximity from physical context to the then 1.5 feet. Then there comes the second zone of proxemics, that is personal zone. Even so, if somebody is maintaining the distance of 1.5 feet to 4 feet, means he is in our personal zone, and we can draw the meaning that if two persons are sitting too close into the distance of 1.5 feet to 4 feet, means they may be very closely related. They may be known closely to them. Then there comes the third term, social zone. What is social zone? 4 feet to 12 feet. And this is the social zone. If people are interacting and maintaining this much distance, means They are socially related to each other. They are socially known. They belong to the social circle. And I would like to say it is from this point of view the social distancing came into existence when during COVID time we started talking of social distancing. We started talking of दो गज की दूरी रखनी बहुत जरूरी. So this idea came from this proxemics, and where social distancing came from 4 feet to 12 feet. Then there comes the public zone. Fourth one is public zone. Public zone is what? 12 feet to range of sight and hearing. Up to that area we can see or hear. And then there came the mass communication, you can say, where you even don't know that how with how many people are you communicating. So that is the mass, and then mass communication term came from there. So public zone, distancing that way, where based on the distance, we can draw the meaning in terms of proxemics. Then if we move to the third part, paralanguage, then in paralanguage, the language depending on the voice quality, volume, is rate of speech. Rate of speech rate means word spoken per minute, fluency. Then manner of speaking, that too beyond the spoken or written words. And like if you look at the word in and start making a cultural study, so the word will be divided into, you know, two parts: high context culture and low context culture. Though there are many other divisions like popular culture, power culture, subculture, dominant culture. Then, but here the language, paralanguage talks about manner of speaking. What are you speaking is not that much important. How are you speaking is more important in high context culture. If I talk the geographical division of the high context culture, I mean that India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Saudi Arabia, other Kuwait, Qatar, Malaysia, and Iraq, Iran. All this area is categorized as high context culture, where what is not so important, how is more given more important, how the communication is done. So mannerism, words beyond the uh, expression, and uh, how do we communicate becomes more important. Then there comes the uh, many a times, most of the research scholar of MA English might be facing this sometime. You might be talking to your family members, and sometime you might have came across the situation like that कि ये अंग्रेजी में PhD कर रहे हो तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि सारी तमीज बेच खाए, या आपको मतलब आपको टॉन्ट किया जा रहा है. You are being taunted that since you are doing PhD in English, you cannot speak the way you want. Manner is required. और देन लोग बीइंग मोर कोलोकियल कि अपने माँ बाप से बात करने का तरीका भूल गया जो है जब से ये PhD करने गया. So many a times such situation we come across and we face. Then there comes paralanguage analysis, and concentration of the paralanguage is more on how than what. So beyond these spoken words, things are being focused. Then vocalization, the way we are speaking. If our voice is broken, means we are nervous. If we have a nervousness is shown in broken voice, lack of preparation. If our voice is clear, means we are confident in our communication. Environment such as room design, furniture, decoration, color, building and its decoration, that also communicate. In physical context, color and communication, there lies the whole theory of the color and communication, how color, express or signifying the meaning. Then color demonstrate positive as well as negative feelings, and particularly in the context of different culture. Last but not the least, when we are engaged in lively conversation, when we are totally engrossed in our communication and seem to be engrossed in purely verbal communication, we remain, the conclusion, ordained body watchers. This is a quote by Desmond Morse. Not only that, social media provided us a platform to communicate. We can, you may see this blog, here a lot many images are used. It is having less words, more images like that thing. And not only that, you can prepare talking blogs, or rather vlogs, VLOG, vlogs, video blogs. Here, video is also embedded to communicate. Like if someone wants to go through uh, want to listen this lecture, having no time to read this blog, then he will be clicking on the embedded video, and then he will start having the classroom exposure. So this can be a good idea for the trying for the faculty member like us, or those who are dream to be into landing up into the field of teaching. You can see this here. Okay, so let me pause it here. That way we can communicate on social media, and that not only that, for researchers, I would like to, this blog may be tried by PG scholar as well, or even UG student, PG student. If tourism blogs, or if somebody wants to highlight some place, and that way that blogs. One of our MBA students here in Madan Mohan Malviya University of Technology, she earns by writing blogs on social media, and she writes interesting blogs. So that way, even PG student of DDU, GU, Deen Dayal Upadhyay, Gorakhpur University, they may also try this platform for develop a consistent, earning. Beyond that, I would like to, share one thing nowadays for communication. Uh, Now, am I able to share different screen?
Yes, sir, we can see son of soil.
Yes. Okay. So this is a page like, YouTube channel, where we can also start communicating, and start, uh, representing our social identity by adopting information and communication technology. And here it's a channel, Son of Soil, developed by me. Here you can diversify by creating different playlists, and accordingly you can segregate your message for the specific audience. uh, like there are certain playlists, capacity building and personality development, entrepreneurship development, then after that technical writing. Then you can find, if you can create in any language, a lot many things can be created and shared to the audience. Then if we, like, here is a playlist of film studies. It is talking about film studies. Then That way, we can prepare many blogs or many movies, studies, screening movie. This is Here is a film study like Best of Indian Cinema, Gagara. Then there is a movie, film studies. We can go and we can study accordingly. Then there is one thing for again, this is for UG, PG, everyone whosoever wants to communicate on social media and utilize to try to establish his e-personality and focus on developing content on web content on that and communicate. Then there is one thing I wish to share, that is it is for research scholars. I think mostly they can utilize. Here is a research gate. They can prepare their ID and they can put their research paper over there. Based on that, they shall be able to see research score, research interest score. And if you can see that way, uh, the earlier they will start, the longer they will be benefited. All research scholars, if they are want to communicate, they can put their research paper. And here you can see, if you can see the statistics shown on the research gate. Is it visible, please?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so research interest score 270.4, something like that. Reads 31,189, citations 56, recommendation 406. So the earlier they will start, the longer they will go, and the better social image and research image on social media, they shall be able to do it. They can also have the um details like individual stats, like their paper are studied where, who are reading, and then where their papers are being cited and all that, all details they can find. So this is for research scholars, and I started very late, but I found that this is worth, putting their academic work. Even poster presentation, conference PPTs, or PowerPoint presentation they can put over there. There is a, you know a space for if somebody wants to add new. So he wants to add new thing. So published research, preprint, conference paper, presentation, poster, data, other things on social media. Then they can go for coding, cover page, experiment findings, methods, and negative result, even raw data, research proposal, thesis, everything they can accordingly put over there and publish material. And based on that, they shall be benefited of research interest score and a better social image in the area of research communication. Because in our languages and humanities and literature, most of the journals still they are printed journals, not e-journals. So we can put them on, like this by scanning their pages of the published work. For example, there is a paper or even PowerPoint such a presentation, they can make it PDF and they can show the file. Now you might be seeing a PPT on Mahabharat, a socio-cultural approach, or then all slides. You can also create DOI by putting your documents over there. So that can be communication. This communication can help you in research and communication and communicating that. Then coming to the, I think I have been signed, 1 hour. So quickly I would move to the part of personality development, and indirectly I have touched upon the personality development and how communication skill can enhance the personality of a person. You might be surprised to know, again, I would like to be interactive, that what IQ can make a person most intelligent person on this earth? What IQ level? Or who is the person surviving with the highest IQ level in 20th century? Who was the person in 20th century? In 20th century, who was the person with highest IQ?
Einstein.
Yes. Normally, an intelligent man or outstanding person, if he is having 130 IQ index, he is, he's an intelligent person. Einstein was the person alive with 160 IQ score. So, but in 21st century, everything move at the fast pace. So here is the interaction shared with you, that who is the person alive with the highest IQ even in 21st century, who is alive till date. Christopher Lagan is the person alive with the highest IQ, and his IQ level is even higher than Einstein. His IQ is approx 200. But my dear friends, can you guess that in which field he might be working? 200 IQ वाला बंदा किस डोमेन में काम कर रहा होगा आज के डेट में? What might be his profession?
No idea, sir.
So you might be the profession he is working. It is very difficult for you to guess. He is working as a bouncer in a hotel. Bouncer job, we all are aware. The man with the highest IQ is serving as bouncer in a hotel. Why is it so? What could be the reason? The reason is, up to that much high IQ level, for a person, it will be always difficult to consider anybody else as his guru or as a teacher. उस IQ लेवल का बंदा किसी को अपना गुरु और अपना टीचर मानेगा ही नहीं. तो वो he will be poor in learning that, because he will be so fast. The pace of the एक teacher को class में, if he is interacting 100 odd minds, so 100 different personality, teacher is the magnet sharing information to all of them. He need to train the weakest student as well as the most bright, outstanding student. Brightest as well as the weakest. So teacher is somewhere, his pace will be, he will try to adjust with all people with different IQ set. In that class, if a student is having 200 IQ level, he will not be attentive throughout. The teacher will not be able to command his attention. And that way, his learning will stop. So that way, the man with the surviving with the highest IQ level in, and even having IQ beyond or above the Einstein, and is working as a bouncer in the hotel. So what is required more for personality development? IQ or analytical brain is required for success. But for personality development, only IQ will never work. So the thing required is EQ, emotional quotient. That's why GDP is there, people are studying. They are also studying GHP, Gross Happiness Index. COVID time, it was a kind of great depression. At that time, managing life, people were saying goodbye. Even in good health, they are not able to manage themselves. And they felt so much depressed that a few of the cases of suicides also came. For that purpose, EQ is required. And third thing, SQ is also required. Social quotient. We cannot lead our life in complete isolation. Somewhere we need to interact with the society. Then that way, that will lead us to the personality development and having the desired personality. And ultimately, I would like to take 2-3 more minutes. One thing I say, like if you look at the communication, one thing is intrapersonal communication. We are motivating ourselves. We are communicating to ourselves. Many a time something is said by your friend और वो बोलता है मन में कि ये तो मेरे से नहीं होगा, मैं ये नहीं कर सकता. Why? He is communicating intrapersonal. Then there comes the interpersonal communication. We are seen in the communication with others. Interpersonal communication can be looked at when a person is communicating with the person or another person, or the person is communicating with the people. Then there is also known as group communication. When we are communicating with the small groups, that is group communication. Then there will be extra personal communication. Many a times we communicate with nature. We communicate with animals. Sometimes we feel sad, so we try to go in hill areas. We try to relax in by the river bank, by the seashore. So that way we communicate. That is extra personal communication. We communicate with our pets. We communicate with our animals as well. So that is extra personal communication. Then there is group communication. Then there comes the mass communication, where we even don't know with how many people we are communicating. Then mass media, like the writer of an article in newspaper is not knowing that how many people have read that newspaper. And then even TRP sort of thing, television, how many people are watching that TV shows, how many people are listening to them, satellite communication, and a lot many things came into that. And the final statement, closing statement of this talk is that it's for personality development, communication, integrating it with the personality, IQ, EQ, SQ, and also netiquette and etiquette clubbed together. My final statement is that it's not your it's your attitude, not your aptitude, that defines your altitude. It's your attitude, not your aptitude. Aptitude, IQ. How high will you reach is will be defined not by your aptitude, rather attitude. It will be defined by your attitude, that how at what altitude will you reach. And one example for that, I would like to share APJ Abdul Kalam Sahab and AQ Khan of Pakistan. Both were celebrated nuclear physicists, nuclear scientists. Both did a lot to their country, but by the attitude, APJ Abdul Kalam Sahab celebrated the highest chair of the democracy, and AQ Khan went behind the bar in his own country because he tried to sell the nuclear formula to terrorist organization. Blames are that in that blame he was imprisoned in his own country. So that way, I was, you know, I wish to share one very small video related to Kalam Sahab. That will be the final say of me for this, session. Where is the volume?
Sir, on the top of the video.
See, Kalam Saab was sharing here that when he was 23, he had a dream to join Air Force, but he was not selected. He was rejected over there. And after 9 fellow were selected, he was the 10th one. But his dream was to fly a plane as a pilot. But when he became president of India, he shared his dream as the supreme commander to the commander of the Air Force, and he got the training and he flew Su-30. So that way, it is not an end to life if one dream fails. That dream will be fulfilled. You will have another chance. Only the approach should be, मैं कहता हूं, मैं बढ़ता हूं, मैं नभ की चोटी चढ़ता हूं, कुचला जाकर भी धूलिशा, आंधीसा और उमड़ता हूं. Never say die, and that is the personality message. That's where we can train our personality. So that's all I have to say about communication skill and personality development. It's over to the organizers. Thank you. Thank you, Supla Saab, for providing me this opportunity. Thanks the faculty member of the department for inviting me and having me with you. Thanks the scholars and students for listening to me. And ultimate thanks goes to also Honorable Vice Chancellor of DDU, Deen Dayal Upadhyay, Gorakhpur University, Gorakhpur, for envisioning such a program for the students. And as the last speaker, I have been provided the opportunity, but I think I have done justice with my job assigned. Thank you all. Thanks a lot.
Wow, such a convergent oration it was. We all got enamored. Thank you so much, sir. It's time for interaction. So, with your permission, may I now invite the participants for clearing any doubts that they have.
Sure, please.
Participants may ask their questions.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Abhishek this side, sir. Sir, my question is, while I am talking in English, my issue is like, जब मैं हिंदी में बोलता हूँ तो मेरी आवाज़ और मेरा टोन है काफ़ी अलग होता है. And when I try to speak in English, it's change immediately. So how I can fix it? I'm really bad.
You want to train yourself in spoken English, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Sometimes I used to train myself.
Yeah. So that for that training, certain sounds that exist in Hindi, but they do not exist in English. You need to realize that, and after that, you can be a better speaker. For that purpose, I would like to give you some example. Like gha sound. Gha sound is not available in English. When you say ghost, it's wrong. It's a ghost, ghost. And then gha is not there. If Britisher is going to speak Ghanasham, they will always speak Ganasham. Ganasham. Then sound like Gudia. Ra sound is not there. They will say either nearest to that, either Gudia or Guria, but they won't be able to say Gudia because certain sounds they are available in one language, but they are not available in different language. And because of that, when we shift, if you start like even sound production mechanism of the particular sound. So if you talk about sound production mechanism of a particular language, certain sounds are produced in a different manner. Like if Sanskrit you will talk or Hindi, it takes its origin from Padini grammar. And Padini grammar talks about sounds in a series, existence of sounds in a series. But English is a sound sequence in pairing. For example, if you will speak ka, kha, ga, gha, na, all sounds are coming from one place of your mouth. You can realize by speaking, by practicing, speak and feel it. Ka, kha, ga, gha, na. Tongue is touching your mouth at one place, roof of the mouth. Then if you are going to talk like cha, cha, ja, ja, you will realize that all sounds are in a series. Tongue is touching the roof of the mouth at one particular place where that is, you can call it heart rate. Cha, cha, ja, ja. Similarly, teeth reach. Tha, tha, da, dha. But the problem is like that. If the sound like, pa, pha, ba, bha, ma. Sanskrit tells, Panini's sound production mechanism says that all sounds are being produced by both the lips. दोनों होठों से ये साउंड बोले जा रहे हैं, ये वाला सीरीज प फ ब भ म. आप मेरे पॉइंट को समझ रहे हैं? प फ ब भ म. बट इंग्लिश में पेयरिंग है, एक मैकेनिज्म में दो ही साउंड बोला जाएगा, उसमें भी एक वॉइस्ड होगा, एक अनवॉइस्ड होगा. So in Hindi, if you are telling film, if you are telling like in Hindi, fa sound Fatehpur, but in English it is being spoken दोनों होठों से fa बोल रहे हैं, Fatehpur. But in English, if you are using father, that will be spoken from lower lip, upper teeth, नीचे के होठ और ऊपर के दांत से आप बोलेंगे father, father. Then pa pha ba bha ma. So it is like fa and va will be in English spoken from lower lip and upper teeth. There are multiple regions. Then there is one thing known as MTI, mother tongue influence. For that purpose, you need to practice a lot. For that purpose, what sound should be produced from where? If you are using father, that will be a wrong presentation. Like both the lips, if you are using fa sound, it is wrong. For English, it will be a problematic. So that way, you need to learn how the sounds are being produced in what language. Clear? So that once you will start practicing little phonetics, then you will. On my research gate, I have given a lecture in Bangkok, related to this topic, teaching monophthongs to bilingual learners. So you can go on my research gate and you can find that lecture, and you can utilize it. Um, you can take, you can have it, like, let me search it. Teaching monophthongs to bilingual learners. That there it is. I have put it over there for. So that way you can realize this one. This. Are you able to see my screen? On ResearchGate, if you can see there, you can.
Yes, sir.
Teaching monophthong to second language bilingual learners. This lecture I delivered in Bangkok, and the objective of this, and you know, to enable ESL learners, then vowel sounds, then English phonemes. It's a comparative. English phonemes 44, English consonant 24, vowel sound. Then we will compare it with the Hindi sounds. Hindi 49, Hindi consonant 36, Hindi vowels 13. Then this is the list. Then it's a kind of comparative study of how these vowels, like there is this sound, oh, it doesn't exist in, English. Then aha, then that certain sounds, they do not exist. Then when base language and target language come together, so you will realize that how these things are, certain sounds, they are being monophthongs of English and Hindi, they can come together. And that way you can study there. This will help you a lot. So based on the lip rounding, you will found these sounds in English, and then English and Hindi being compared. So this is how you can produce these sounds. Thank you for your question. I think I have given you certain
Yes, sir.
technical
Thank
clues
you, sir.
for solving your problem and for dealing it with. So technology is the big game changer, and if you can search a lot many lectures also you can find on my YouTube or anywhere. You can not many lectures are there. There are, Oxford University is also somebody from Oxford is also using some English learning channel sort of. So it's I think I have given you the right answer, uh, right answer to the right problem.
Yes.
Any more question?
Any other participant? Sir, I believe no further queries are left. So now Akarshika Singh will propose a vote of thanks.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Akashika Singh, and I'm truly honored to have been given the responsibility to propose the vote of thanks for today's session. Firstly, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed chief guest, Dr. S.N. Singh, for joining us today and delivering such an inspiring and insightful lecture on communication skill and personality development. Sir, your deep understanding of the topic and your clear explanation surely have lasting impression on all of us. Next, I want to thank our head of the department, Professor Ajay Kumar Shukla sir, for organizing this wonderful program and giving us these valuable opportunities. Your dedication to our growth and learning is deeply appreciated. Next, I would like to extend my thanks to all the attendees for their active participation and enthusiasm. Your presence has significantly contributed to the success of this session. Once again, thank you, sir, for your inspiring lecture. We look forward to the possibility of welcoming you back in the future, whether in person or virtually. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
My heartiest thanks to Professor Ajay Shukla sir and all faculty members and friends over there in the department. Respected Nandita ma'am, if she is there, and Professor Sikha Singh, Professor Avnish Rai, Professor Behra Shah, and Professor Alok Rai ji, and all professors, respected professors, and friends, Avnish ji, and everybody, all faculty member, and all students and scholars. My heartiest thanks. Hope to see you soon. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So should I, stop?
Yes, sir. Thank you.